Hello, hello. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Ruby. This is Ruby Red, and today we are doing another round of my TBR game, tic-tac-TBR. If this is your first time watching me play this little game, welcome, and I hope you stick around. And I will link the playlist down below if you want to see what's been going on, but to offer a quick introduction, this is a game that I play every month to help me kind of decide what to read. TBR games are one of my favorite things to watch on BookTube, so this is just my contribution to the genre, and I don't do very well when I have a very set reading list, but I still wanted to play a game, so every month I pick 9 prompts and I slot them into a tic-tac-toe kind of a 3x3 board, and then throughout the month I try to read books that are going to fulfill those prompts, and for every 3 in a row that I get, I'm able to pick a reward for myself the next month to hopefully make it a little bit easier to get even more 3-in-a-rows. There are a couple of more details that we'll get into if we have to. So before we get into my November board, let's talk about what happened in October. Okay, let me quickly run through the prompts that we started October with. We had a book about sports, a red cover, a book with no sexual violence, a prompt that I got by playing around of the game Quiddler, and the word was tiny, so the prompt is tiny, a 1-word title, Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer. That's not a prompt, that's just a book that I was supposed to read. A name in the title, a book with a 3-word title, and a book over 500 pages. All right, so how'd it go? Well, I will tell you. I just list these off in the order that I finished the book because that's just how I have them written down. Okay, first for a book about sports, I read a graphic novel, Check Please, by Ngozi Ukazu. This was recommended by somebody in the comments. I forget who, but thank you so much because I did read it. It was super cute. It's a graphic novel about this kid. He's on the hockey team at his college. He's always baking. It's really sweet and cute. Okay, then I have a book with a 3-word title, which you might have seen if you saw my try-chapter video, and that is They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. This book was a thriller. It's about a woman who is a serial killer, and she kills predators on her college campus. And it was pretty good. Okay, then for a book with a red cover, I read An Anonymous Girl by Guru Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I listened to the audiobook of this. I really liked it. It's another thriller. It's about a girl who signs up to be part of this study. She kind of sneaks her way in, and then the study is like she thought it was just a psychological analysis sort of thing, and then it turns into this whole other thing that she gets roped into all this stuff, and it's such a disaster. It was really good. It was really fun. Okay, then I read a tiny book. I don't remember what I said counted in my video last month as tiny, but this book was 200 pages exactly, I think, and for me, that's a tiny book. And that was Dark Constellations by Paula Olitsarak, translated by Roy Kesey. I read this for my real-life in-person book club, and I didn't like it. Nobody else liked it. We gave it our best shot, but just not for me. Okay, then I read a book with the name in the title, and that was A Spell of Rowan's by Bird Nash. I got an e-arc of this from NetGalley, so thank you NetGalley and the publisher, the author, for providing it there for me to enjoy, because I did enjoy it. And Rowan is the last name of the family that the book is about, so it's A Spell of Rowan's. I know Rowans could refer to not a person, a tree, but it's about the Rowans. It's their name. Okay. Then I finished a book that had no sexual violence in it, and that was Mary Jane by, oh god, what's her name? Jessica Anya Blau. Now, this is a coming-of-age story set in the 70s in Baltimore, and I really liked it. I thought it was very sweet and cute. There is a lot of discussion of sex in this book. There's a lot of stuff going on, but none of it is violence. None of it is assault. So, okay, then I read a book that had over 500 pages, 503 pages, and that was Foundryside by Robert Jackson Bennett, and this was the first book in a fantasy trilogy series. Do I have to say series after trilogy? It's just a trilogy. Of course it's a series. Whatever. It's about a girl and her criminal activities in this world where objects are able to be written on in this special magical language, and sort of convince the objects that things are different and that they can be hotter or heavier or brighter than they actually are. It just sort of rewrites reality like a little bit, which was really interesting to read. And I really liked it, and I will be continuing. Thank you. Okay, we're nearing the end now, as you can see. I read a book with one word in the title, and that was Lakewood by Megan Giddings. This is a book about a girl named Lena. She enters into this like medical experimentation sort of study because she is in desperate need of money and they're going to give her a lot of it. But it's just like a very dark and upsetting exploration of like medical experimentation and exploitation of marginalized people, and like, oh my god. But it was really good, and I will definitely look forward to reading more from this author. I think a lot of people were reading this book last year around this time, and I waited until now to read it. But I loved it. Okay, and that's actually it. I didn't read Into Thin Air. I did read it, but I didn't finish it, and yeah. I could have potentially like ruined my life to finish it, but like I'm enjoying it and I don't want to like rush through it, whatever. So I didn't read Into Thin Air, okay? I'm sorry, to me mostly. Just bummed that I didn't finish it because it would have given me a full sweep. It would have, that's one of my 30 by 30 books, but whatever. I'm more than halfway done with the book right now as I'm filming this, so I will finish it soon. It will definitely be off the board next month. But now I have kind of an issue because we have 6 3 in a rows here, and I don't want to pick 6 rewards. Like, that doesn't feel fun. So I've kind of decided that once I have more than 3 in a rows, I can either take the 3 rewards and I don't get more than that. That's my max. Or I can opt to do the full sweep challenge, which is to add a random book from my 30 by 30 list onto the board, and then that book stays there until I read the book. That's what Into Thin Air is doing here. So I'm gonna do that, and that means that for November I will have 2 of my 30 by 30 books on the board and only 7 prompts, 7 other things to do, which is fine. It's maybe like not as fun for you, but it's good for me because I have not been reading those books at an appropriate rate to finish them all by the time I turn 30. So that's what we're gonna do. As far as like reading I want to do in November before we get into this, obviously I'm gonna finish Into Thin Air, but I also have no other plans. No, I'm gonna participate in Squash That Series weekend edition, which is November 19th to the 21st, and that's a readathon hosted by Bailey and Kayla, and I will link their announcement videos down below if you wanna check it out and join. But that's the only thing that I'm doing, and I thought I had a plan for that. There were like a couple of different ways that I could get a little bingo on their bingo board, but then I read Foundry Side, which was starting a new series, so I now have to reevaluate that. I'm just not going to think about that while I play this game, and I will deal with it the week before it happens. So let me get my screen record set up and we can pick our prompts for November. Okay, so here's the board. I already put Into Thin Air in the same spot that it's been in. And the last book that I read was in the middle here. So that is where I'm going to put my other challenge prompt. And I'm gonna do that first, just so that I don't forget to do it. And I shuffled the prompts. Like, I just kept getting the same ones, and it's like, true random, yeah, right. So I just shuffled the whole list of prompts, so they're all in a different numbered slot now, and maybe we'll get some new prompts, because there's a lot of them, and we have not gotten all of them. Anyway, okay, there's 27, there's 27 books on my 30 by 30 that I haven't read yet. And I'm gonna read the 18th on the list, except that I think that that's Into Thin Air. So if it is, we're gonna pick again. It is, okay. I'm not gonna put that on there twice. 2. Okay. Oh, Jane Eyre, fun. Yeah, I have been wanting to read this book for a while, and now I will. It's, you know, it's seasonal, I suppose, if I read it like soon. It's a fall book. I honestly had been hoping not to have any more classics because I still have 1.5 Jane Austen books to finish this year if I'm gonna complete my journey through all of her works, but whatever. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, right in the middle there. Bronte, is that how you say it? I don't even know, oh my god. Okay. There's 150 prompts, I think. And we're gonna pick 7. I guess I don't need to have my keyboard like so far away. New York Times bestseller. Huh. That's a prompt that I should get rid of because, like, aren't they all right? Like, don't you just feel that every book has that stupid little stamp on the top? New York Times bestseller. No, I'm being snarky. Yeah, I'll take a look around. Okay, yeah, on my Kindle I have The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, is that right? And I feel like that was a bestseller, but if it's not, I mean, I'll find something else, I'm sure. I scorn the New York Times book lists at this point. Anyway. 13, a rich protagonist. Okay, so we have had this one before, and I don't think I fulfilled it, but maybe I will this month. One of the possibilities that I have for the Squash That series is to read the next in the Hercule Poirot, Agatha Christie mysteries. It's not like actually a series, really, like you could read any of them at any time. Anyway, the next one that I have to read is Lord Edgware Dies, and I believe that that has a rich protagonist. So that would fit, and I do want to continue on with those. I had some idea that I was going to read all of them. There's like 50 in 2020, but yeah, I got to number, what, 8? Oops. Okay, 32. Oh, an A to Z letter generator. God, I hate this. I'm just gonna do that on the iPad, okay? Okay, this is my iPad with a Dune ad, and we're just gonna generate a letter. E. Great. The letter E. Now here's a question. Okay, so we have the letter E. Now, could this be an author whose name? I feel like something has to start with E. So either the author's last name or the title. Those are the parameters I'm gonna set pretty arbitrarily. The only thing that I have on my shelf is Everything is Illuminated by Jonathan Safran Foer, and I don't think I'm gonna read that. So we'll just see what happens there. I'm trying to think about what's on my Kindle, but I'm seriously, like, we are going into November like that. 101. Epistolary. Oh my god, yes. Okay, yes, I love epistolary books, meaning a book, I think. If that's not what this means, then I'm going by what I'm saying it means, because that's what I thought when I wrote it. I just had a really quick crisis, but yeah, epistolary means in the form of letters. So a book that's told in letters. An example of this that I really loved is the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Is that right? That one. And also I think Where Do You Go, Bernadette should count because it's full of like emails and stuff, even though it's, I think, not entirely emails. I would count it. So anything that's like a diary or letters or emails or whatever. So drop your favorites down below. I know that there's a ton out there that are told in like tweets and like chat logs and stuff. So yeah, I would love to get my hands on some of those in general, but especially this month apparently. 50. Oh, the National Book Award shortlist last year. Why? Why? Let me pull up the shortlist and tell you the most likely candidates. Okay, so, National Book Award shortlist. So they don't really have a shortlist, they just have finalists. They have a long list and they have the finalists and then the winner, and that's what the shortlist is. So they have categories in this award. So there's a fiction, a nonfiction, poetry, I don't remember what else, but the finalists for fiction are Leave the World Behind, which I have already read, Interior Chinatown, which I've also read, Shuggie Bain, which won the Booker Prize that year, and I'm absolutely not going to read that because I think it's too sad, probably. If you want to go ahead and read the synopsis, like, you'll know exactly how sad. A Children's Bible by Lydia Millett, which I've seen that cover like everywhere, but I have no idea what it's about, and The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Filiot. And that's a book that I did want to read, so maybe I'll try to get my hands on that. And I'll look at the nonfiction too, just for fun. But wow, that's now we're getting somewhere. Now we're having a good time, okay? Oh my god, what is it? 89? Why is that so hard for me to understand? 3-star, sad. 3-star just means that I can cross that off. If I rate a book that I finished this month, 3 stars. Not ideal, but it happens a lot. And I swear to be genuine in all my ratings and not try to give someone a bad rating. Who would do that for this? You know what I mean? Okay. Last one. Bad cover. Okay. What do I hate the cover of these days? I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Okay, so that's it. That's my board for November. That's the next month, November, and that's my TBR board. And I'm gonna read a bunch of books on there, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. Same time, same place, same time next month is what I mean. Thank you for stopping by, for watching, for commenting, liking, and subscribing. And if you want to find out how this all plays out, definitely check back in this time next month and I will let you know what happened. And that's all I've got for today. So I'll see you next time. Bye.